Hello, dear friends, members of the vinyl community. Tony P coming at you from the basement de la Casa de Perla. The Queen is upstairs watching television. Had a nice afternoon. We got our clothes ready for my youngest son is getting married next weekend. We're getting our stuff ready, suits and all. She was upstairs making me look handsome. Took a lot of work. But anyway, I'm here to show you some vinyl finds and some cassettes that I've gotten recently. And I have been on for a while. Grandkids, sports. Now we're into football season. So I got a couple grandkids playing football, so had to watch them. Local thrift store, a Goodwill. Prices are starting to, I don't know. I don't even know if it's worth going to see them anymore because they're up in a price. You can go to the local record store and probably get the same items for roughly the same price within 75 cents or $1. So, you know, I don't know. You do what you need to do. You know, you pays your money, you takes your chance. What can I say? Let me show you some vinyl. First one I got here, this is Emmylou Harris, Quarter Moon in a 10-cent town. Emmylou Harris, I think this came out like 1978. She does a couple good things on it. Well, it's a good album. I shouldn't say a couple good things. She does a Delbert McClinton song called Two More Bottles of Wine, which is really, really good. She does a Dolly Parton song called To Daddy, which is good. She also does, where is it here? I Ain't Living Long Like This. That was a 1980s hit for Waylon Jennings. And there's another one here, I think, Leaving Louisiana in the Broad Daylight. That ends up being #1 for the Oak Ridge Boys. But great find. Now, the vinyl is really good on these, except for one, and we'll talk about that. But Emmylou Harris, Quarter Moon in a 10-cent town, Emmylou Harris. Another one, I have this one on CD, but you know, if you find them in vinyl, you can get them in vinyl too. This is Billy Joel, An Innocent Man. It's a concept album, I guess, would you say? This is mostly about when he was younger, living in New York City, in his younger days. This has some soul in it, some doo-wop in it. I think it was produced by Phil Ramone. It's a good album. If you don't have it, I think it was 1983. Good album. You know, these were a buck. These were a buck. So I can't complain too much. A really good album this year. The soundtrack from the movie The Big Chill, 1983. So somebody must have been giving away their collection from 1983. If you get a chance to watch this comedy drama about a gang that went to the University of Michigan. One of their friends dies, and they go back and sort of have a wake or a reunite after 15 years. What's oddly enough, the guy who was supposed to have died, Alex was the actor, the character's name was Alex. That was supposed to be played by Kevin Costner. Well, it was played by Kevin Costner, but they cut out all the parts with his face, which I don't know why, but I thought that was kind of funny and interesting. Excellent soundtrack. I heard it through the grapevine. My Girl by the Temptations, Good Lovin', the Rascals, the tracks of My Tears, Smokey Robinson, Joy to the World, Three Dog Night, Ain't Too Proud to Beg by the Temptations, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, Whiter Shade of Pale, Tell Him, the Exciters. Now this is important because when I show you my cassettes, well, we'll get to that when I talk about the cassettes. But the movie The Big Chill, if you haven't seen it, get it. 1983. You could probably get it for free somewhere if you don't already have the tape. The Ventures play Telstar. Now, I got this primarily for the Old Goats, from the Old Goats vinyl. But after looking, I'll get in contact with him. But after looking at it, it's in bad shape. And I don't know if he'd want it or not. But I'll get in contact, see if he might want it or not. Maybe as a placeholder. He might already have it. He might not want it. But this was, of course, you know, all instrumental. and it was a gold record for them. I think they sold 500,000 copies. But again, it was on Dalton Records. Jeez, I'd be afraid to play it. I cleaned. I'll give it a shot. What the heck? But I'll get in contact with him, see if he wants it. Carrie Puckett and the Union Gap. I think this is Carrie Puckett and the Union Gap featuring a young girl. Good album. It was a good group. This came out in 1968. This was their second studio album. It was #1 on the Cash Box. This was good. This is the stereo version. I'm sure they came out with a monaural version, and it's on the 360 surround sound. Like I said, the vinyl is good. Carrie Puckett. Moody Blues sur la mer. This is a promotional record. So, Art, you see that? I don't usually get too many promotional records, but this is one of them. There's a gold stamp on the back. It's a little synth pop, I guess. Not too much prog like they used to be. This one doesn't have Ray Thomas's flute on it. So, but nonetheless, not a bad album. Sur la mer, Moody Blues. Goes with my Moody Blues collection. This is my second or third copy of Carlo Bonos. I usually try to give this to people. This is a really, really good album. You know, a lot of her songs were done by Linda Ronstadt. And if you look here real close, Linda Ronstadt does a couple backups. I think Bonnie Raitt is even on here. This is her debut album. It was gold. And again, the vinyl was good. The 99 cents. If I find it, I always buy it. Now, this next album, it's a box set, but it's missing everything. This was Jesus Christ Superstar. All it's in is the double albums. I think there was a booklet in there and a couple other things. I passed this up a couple times, different places, and I should have gotten the ones from before, but I was too stupid and idiot not to get it. And you know, this is the rock opera by Andrew Lloyd Webber back in 1970, 71. And this is supposed to be the gospel accounts of the Passion of Christ. And I've been hunting for this, and this is like a placeholder for me. But Jesus Christ Superstar. Good stuff if you can find it. Now the cassettes. Good stuff. George Benson 2020. I think this was 1985. It's 80s. You can tell. Great sounding cassette. Beautiful sounding cassette. Does a nice job. Little funk, little jazz, little pop. Good stuff. Best of Chris Christopherson. He does, of course, all the favorites we like here, you know, For the Good Times, Sunday Morning, Coming Down, and Why Me, Lord. No, those are all my favorites. He had a tough life. You know, he was married to Rita Coolidge. He didn't, well, he, you know, a little bit of problems with abuse and Rita Coolidge and drinking and so on. And he's getting up there in years, but never miss a Chris Christopherson album or CD or cassette. Billy Joel, this is his greatest hits. This is a volume 2. There was no volume 1 to be had, but again, the only thing that got me mad about the cassettes is they are $1.49. They were 45 cents. Now they're $1.49. Yowzers. And I did it because I collect cassettes, and I figured $1.50. You know, I feed them. I probably shouldn't, but you know, I feed them. And why the heck not? But I do. Now, remember I showed you the video. Remember I showed you the album, The Big Chill, which was the original soundtrack. I found this too, same day, same place, but this is not the original soundtrack. And if you look closely, and you have to really look closely, it says more songs from the original soundtrack. Okay, I think they added their own, but this is a good cassette too. Wouldn't It Be Nice by the Beach Boys, The Weight by the band, When a Man Loves a Woman, Percy Sledge, Give Me Some Love in the Spencer Davis Group, Bad Moon Rising, CCR, In the Midnight Hour, The Rascals, Quicksilver Girl, the Steve Miller Band, plus there's a couple additionals by Marvin Gaye and so on. That's another good one. Chicago's Greatest Hits, Volume 2. Same person must have lost their Volume 1s. But of course, you know, that's excellent. Eddie and the Cruisers, the movie, good stuff. Donnie Iris had a lot to do with this, I think. Maybe I don't know. That's a great soundtrack too. What you have to be careful though, when you buy cassettes, you notice in there is a little pad in there. Sometimes those dry out and they fall to the side, and you'll start hearing this roll, 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 roll. Okay, the cassette's not bad. The cassette's good. It's that pad. Now, if you're lucky enough, you have to find a pair of tweezers like this that they hold for you. Take that little piece of tape, just pull this out a little bit. Take this, if it's clean, clean that little pad. There's a little metal part where that pad goes to. Clean it off with a little bit of Q-tip on it with alcohol. Get a little glue and put it on there and just hold it for a second. You're as good as gold. Now, if you don't find the pad, there's companies all over the place. Go to Etsy. There's a bunch of people that make them. I don't know if I have them in here. I guess I don't have them in here. But you can order them. They come with self-adhesive backs. And you can take it right off that back with this tweezers. It'll hold, let it go, it'll drop in there. Hold it for a second or two. Take this end, tighten the tape. You're as good as new. I had to fix 3 of these like that. You're as good as gold. But there you have it. Here's the things I found. God bless you. May the force be with you. And I hope all things are good with you. May all your records be flat. May your stylus run true. God bless. Tony P. signing off from the basement. See ya. Bye-bye.